everyone, it's Haylini here and I'm back with another video. A lot of people have been asking me what a product manager exactly does. And that's a good question because when I first started, I felt like I still didn't know what a product manager does on a day-to-day basis and what my responsibilities would be. So I'm an associate product manager and I thought I would take you through a day in the life of a product manager, although every day is a little different, so keep that in mind. Also, bear in mind that I thought I would film today because I have so many meetings and it's such a packed day, so this is a little bit more busy than usual. Sometimes I do have quieter days as well where I just have deep work. Let's get started. It is 7:58 a.m. and I have a meeting at 8 a.m. Yay! Okay, so this is pretty much what my day looks like today and it is horrendous. Anything that is not a light blue I categorize as like some kind of meeting or some Zoom thing I will catch up with someone else with. Otherwise, if it's blue or purple, then that's considered like personal blocking work stuff. So the first meeting that I have today is with someone from the US, and hence why it's a little bit earlier because we have to manage the time zones. He's just joined our organization from Twitter, and my team at the moment is building this new product concept, and I'd been speaking to some Twitter customers earlier last week about trying it out, so I'm just trying to get some of the insider info from him now on the potential for getting Twitter as an early customer. I just finished my first meeting and the guy was super nice. I wrote many notes. That was pretty helpful. I'm really hungry now though because I didn't eat breakfast. I'm gonna eat this pineapple bun or bolo bao that I made last week myself. And it was a bit of a disaster making it, but they taste really good. You're probably gonna see me in this setting for the rest of the day pretty much because I just take meetings. I've got a half-hour break where I'm gonna eat and kind of take a minute to reflect. After this at 9, I will have a sparring session with my core team where we basically just catch up. We catch up on a daily basis and we just talk about things as they come up since we've gone remote. I'm gonna eat. Yummy.
The past, the future.
Maybe we need to surface that somehow in like an onboarding or
Monday once the week, and they can click the button and say that that basically should be the trigger for the reminder.
Yeah. I just had an unexpected additional meeting, which was a customer feedback session with one of our early customers at the moment. And it was pretty interesting. I always get a little bit nervous for these because I don't know how actively they're using our product or what level of feedback they'll provide to us, but it is always pretty helpful. I am about to jump into my daily stand-up. Every morning we do a Zoom stand-up to align on like what the dev team or what the team did yesterday and what our plans are for today. And I always enjoy this because I get to hear about the technical side of like how the product is being built, as well as enjoy tuning into the general banter from the team, even though I'm a little bit more quiet.
Because those things kind of already exist, so I would suggest that we build a lot of stuff that doesn't exist. Rachel.
Yesterday I was mainly working on the watermelon pitch deck. Guys, I'm so sorry. I feel like this is a super boring video because it's just me sitting at my desk in meetings and I can't actually show you my screen all day long. So please bear with it and I'll try to give you as much context as I can during the day, and yeah, have a look at my awesome view. There you go, there's my view outside. Can't really see anything, can you? It's so blurry. So next coming up for me is an hour-long customer interview. And I just think customer interviews are so essential in a product manager's week/life because you really need to stay on top of what the customer's needs are and why. So it is very helpful to have that interaction with our end users. The interview itself, like I said, is usually an hour long, and honestly, as a strong introvert, I hate doing them because they usually leave me super drained afterwards. But I actually have run maybe like 30 in the past month, maybe a little more than 30, so I'm gradually getting used to it. Now, usually when I run a customer interview, I have a script which Because I'm working from home, I printed it out, and I don't follow that to the T because I've been told that I'm a little bit too scripted sometimes, but I try to use that as a guide, like in case I get super lost or in case I have a mind blank and I don't know what to say in the rest of the conversation, then at least there's something there to help. Okay, so sometimes customers are no-shows during the interviews, and I'm really hoping this is not the case. There's a chance it might be because they messaged me like 10 minutes before this interview, which I didn't see until like just now, and they asked if they were going to get paid for this study. And sometimes we have customers who we will give like financial incentives to chat with us for the hour. But in this particular case, because I'm looking for early testers and people who will continue to engage with us, I'm not actually offering any like financial incentives or gift cards. So if they see that and that's an issue, then they might not show up. For reference, while my customer's coming, this is what I usually look like in a Zoom meeting. Do you like my background? So my customer's not showing up, they just cancelled. They responded with saying, I don't think I'm the right person to take this call then, after I told them that they wouldn't get paid for it. I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to go look for a snack. Looks like I'm gaining weight though.
I see what you mean.
Back at my desk, and my mum made me a tea. Here is my last meeting before lunch. I actually got some work done. This meeting is a super chill one, again, running a little bit late, but it's just a catch up with one of my close grad friends. We started on the same day together last year. We just catch up on a weekly basis to chat, chill, and sometimes we talk about ideas for issues, I guess, that we're each having in our work or provide feedback on the work that we're doing. So it's a really great catch up for the week for me. Hi, this is Jane. So she's another APM who started with me.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know what to record because I feel like most of the day I just sit in front of my computer and I like take meetings and stuff, so it's pretty boring.
Yeah. Now that we're doing virtual hangouts, this is like the new norm now.
What is one thing, like how would you describe like a day in the life of a product manager?
Hectic is probably one word that comes to mind. There's so many meetings in a day and not enough time to do actual work. But it's a lot of prioritizing and just balancing between like stuff that you want to do and stuff that you need to do, I guess.
And we have now reached lunchtime! Yay! Although I already ate my fried rice from before, so this is more of like a break time, which I really need, and I think I might actually go on a walk because I never get sun at home. That catch up with Jane went really well because usually we just gossip a bit, and she gave me some really awesome ideas on how we could engage with customers better. So I found it really helpful, and yeah, gonna try out those ideas in the coming weeks and see if they work. Before we go, I just wanted to show you guys my setup and yeah, how I work right now. My desk is super messy as it always is, but I have my laptop here, and honestly, I just work on my laptop most of the time. I have a monitor as well, which is not connected to my laptop anyway, and I've got a ton of like post-it notes. I always need post-it notes. I have my candle, which right now is serving more as a stand for this iPhone as I film today. Now, the cool thing about this is when we started going on lockdown and everyone started working from home, our company actually gave us a work from home budget to buy any of the like home office items that we needed. So I ended up buying this monitor, and that was $300, I think. And then I bought this laptop stand, which has been super life-saving for me. I got it on Amazon, it was like $35. And then I also got this office chair, and this was from Officeworks. It was like $165. Alright, so I just had my lunch break, and instead of going outside like I was planning to, I ended up just lying in bed and watching Itaewon Class on Netflix for like an hour. Back to work. It's about 1:20 and my next meeting's at 2 and then 2:30. So in the meantime, I'm just going to work on this pitch deck for our product so we can really share with customers what is the value that our product would bring for each of our stakeholders. Now my next meeting is Westpac, since I was talking to them about maybe trialing as an early customer, but they've had issues about cloud compliance, so I think we're just chatting about what are the approval processes. I'm not too sure here.
Focus that we desire.
I just had the meeting and I felt like I was getting roasted the whole time, even though I didn't really know what was going on, and I just was like reaching out to someone there to, you know, get an idea of if they wanted to use or try out the product. But it launched into this big like enterprise needs and cloud discussion, so yeah, I felt a bit put on the spot. Alright, so I just had another feedback session, but this was with internal users who are currently using our tool. Super interesting, insightful conversation. So I've got an hour now to take some time, and I might actually do some thinking over this conversation and the conversations that I've had today so far, but also do some deep-ish work on the watermelon pitch deck that I showed you guys before. Really want to finish that by today or tomorrow, so I can send them out to our team, get feedback, iterate on it, and send it out to our customers as soon as possible. But yeah, that's me. So I just had my first customer feedback session of the day. No, second. So I had one this morning ad hoc. Had my second customer feedback session of the day, and it went pretty well. I always love talking to this particular customer because they have quite a similar culture to us, and so when they're adopting the product, usually they're more understanding, or like they get the process of it, I guess. So it is a little bit easier. Now I have about an hour before my last meeting of the day, and I'm literally dying inside right now. Like, I've had how many? 10 meetings today. So it's been pretty hectic. I blocked out this time to do some new product research. So what I've done is block out maybe 2 days a week with an hour where I just do a lot of reading, learn about user testing techniques, engagement techniques, startup growth methods, competitor analysis, industry analysis, all that kind of stuff. Since I've had so many customer conversations today, and there's just been requests coming from every direction, problems, new problems, I'm trying to just almost do a brain dump on a page of everything that's come up today for me to have a think about and reflect on, and then group them up into themes, prioritize them into problems that we would want to solve now versus things that we can kind of leave till later. Yeah, I think that's going to really help me gain some clarity over the conversations today. And then hopefully my last customer feedback session, the customer will show up, because he's missed like 2 of our meetings already, and I just don't know if he's super engaged. As I suspected, the customer asked to postpone till next week at the same time, which is fine. They've been going through a lot and they just hadn't had any time to set up or like explore the product yet. That seems to be the end of my day then. Yay! Although I'm going to spend a bit more time. I'm pretty much putting a page together, like I said, documenting like all these problems that have come out today, or like things to think about. So probably spend another 20-30 minutes on this. Yay, end of the day. I finished my page, I got all my thoughts down. I feel like this whole video is just me talking to the camera but not really showing you guys anything. I feel like work from home is a little different because it's mainly been meetings on Zoom. Today has mainly been a customer and people focused day, and that happens quite often, but there are also days where you dive a little bit deeper into doing feature specs, or I don't know, interacting with the designer and the dev team a little bit more. This was just an example of one day in a product manager's life, but I also don't know if there is a typical day in the life of a product manager, because every day is so different. Now onto what I usually do after work, which is lie in my bed and watch Netflix, yay, and that's about it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Next time when we get back into the office, I'll make an updated version of this, and I'm sure it's going to be 100 times more interesting because I'll actually be in the office interacting with other people, moving around locations as well, which will be super cool, and I can figure out some of like what I can show you in terms of our work and what I can't show you. But that is it for today, and give this video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.